a hand near the flame that blew out and turned into incense ash. The thing about hands and the mountain music that he used to make, my favorite hand story is one that only I can tell, because I was in the audience. Hans once got a gig playing at a bar at night in a restaurant, and I think like a Thursday night, and it was up in the mountains in Sandia Crest, and it was the bar for young mountain people families, and the men folk would all come in and drink and play pool, and the women would sit at their respective seats and gossip, and each one of them would have a newborn to their breast, and their other kids would just be running around outside in the dark at night, unsupervised. And occasionally they'd run in for some reference or who punched who, and then they'd run right back out. And at some point in the evening, Hans, so much into his music, he could have still been in his own studio. He's just in his music, and the two nursing women got it in their head that they got up, stood in front of Hans, turned their back to Hans, so only we, the audience, could see that here were two women sidling back and forth, sort of crab-like, each with a child to their breasts. And to this day I call them Hans and the Dancing Lactators. This is the song the women dance to.
This is song number 61.
didn't notice any dancers in front of him. He was lost in his music. And this next one is a memory acted out that pretty well explains hands.
I was very young. I don't know, I'm guessing about 5 or 6. I was a big fan of, maybe even 4. I was a huge fan of Gorgo and Godzilla. Godzilla might have come later, but I was a huge fan of Gorgo to the point where I liked to be Gorgo. And the way I would dress up as Gorgo was with my rag stuffed in the back of my pajamas. And I would stomp out army men and block cities. So one time I was Gorgo and I had my rag tail and I was coming down the stairs real slow like Gorgo and came around the corner into the living room and there was company drinking coffee. I was mortified and left.